welcome to Match Fishing in Spain. My name's Ian Brown. Join me this morning early in May. We're on the Rio Segura on, don't really know what you'd call it, it's upstream from the old Eden stretch, and it's on the opposite bank to what they're now calling Eden 2, so I'll call it Eden 3. I'm here with Terry Screen. It's 9 o'clock. I've just set up, I've literally just thrown in. Used to fish this a long time ago with my mate Justin. Not been here for 5, maybe 6 years. Was told that all the banks have been cut down and everything was fine, but as you can see from the surrounding bits, it's not fine. We've had to hack our way through, but eventually we've got comfortable. It's nice, and there's virtually no flow on the river. Terry Screen's next door to me. He's already had 2 fish. He started a little bit before me, but as I say, I've only just got going, so hopefully we'll catch a bit of action.
So a little party thing there.
Well, we've only just kicked off. First cast. Caught one. It's a little tiny thing, but it's a fish. It's a proper carp, it's not a carp. Hopefully they'll get a bit bigger. That was unbelievably 3 maggots on a size 14 hook. On a normal feeder, not a method feeder or anything like that. Oops. Bit of a tangle. It's a normal, like 20 gram feeder. And I'm putting in this. Well, I mixed some ground bait, swim stem and some liquidised bread, but it's not the best. I'm just underarming it. Well, that's a bit far actually, compared to where I've just been, but it's very deep. Look at that going on the reel. There's virtually no flow, but I bet it's 10 foot deep though. But we've had a fish. The sun's not come out at the moment, although it's forecast to be really warm. Put the bait runner on, which is a bit of an essential over here. It's just a sort of a drop back bite. But I already see, I don't know if you can see in my peg, there's a terrapin, a duck, birds are singing, cyclists going past. You really are in the sort of middle of nowhere really, although 5 minutes that way, there's a great big town called Guardamar. Hopefully we'll get some decent fish. We've had some really big fish out of here, like approaching double figures in the past. So we'll see. I've thrown that a little bit too far then, that's where I was throwing. Just fishing where about that duck is now, is where I caught that first one. Hopefully we'll get some bigger fish. Been a bit slow. Had a bit of a problem with my ground bait, to be honest. Let's mix some more up. And that's a carasio. Really small one, but see, no barbels, so a bit like an F1 in England. Carasio, maggot. I've had a few bites, a few touches, but that's only the second fish I've had. I think Terry next door's had about 4. But I've been fishing a bit further out. I think we've been fishing a bit too far out. So I come really close in and I've caught one. So maybe that's a secret. We don't know. But really close in that was, just right under your feet, so to speak. Still extremely deep though. At least 6-7 foot, I'd say. It's a lovely day, not too warm. Nice little breeze. Sun's just about getting up, burn off the clouds, and I think we'll catch 3 fish. Thrown all my old growing bait right across, about 10 big balls like this, and I've mixed some more. I mixed it with some very fine white crumb, and it went like a great big stodge. It was horrible, so I've thrown it all in way away from where I'm fishing. I may have a do on it later on, you never know, might catch. Well, it's been a bit slow, it's 10:30, so I've been here hour and a half. Still only had them 2 fish. Had a couple of little bites and a few knocks and stuff like that. I've just changed over to a small Guru method feeder. Like that sort of big, 22 grams, something like that, but the small one. And I've rigged some bread. So gone out a little bit further to where I caught the first fish. Still only less than a third of the river across. I've had 1 cast with it, come back with no bread, but never seen a bite. So I don't know, 3 discs of bread I'm fishing. Unusual for that to come off. So I think something's been at it. So definitely fish knocking about. I think it's just going to take a bit of time, that's all. There's no flow, that's the problem. I think you need a little bit of flow really. Wind's getting up a little bit. Terry's probably had still not caught much more. I think he's had maybe 5 fish now, 4, but all small, no bigger fish. So hopefully I'll try and get a bigger fish on this. Mosquitoes are not too bad, but that's a fly buzzing around my head. But normally when you get a bite, it's a proper bite. There's none of this little messing about. I've got the bait runner on and I've got this backrest in, which essential. Hopefully we can catch some decent fish. Well, the line that I threw my ground bait away on, 12 bloody big balls, gone over it on a method feeder with bread. Oh, and it's come off. Oh god, that was a decent fish, much better fish, and it's come off. So using a little tiny method feeder with some power gum on actually, and bread. Look, seems to be there, so I clipped up on that line. It seems to be quite clear out there. So we'll give it another go. I just lost a big fish. Little. Yeah, I just come a bit closer in. Method feed and put maggot on this time. Oh. And I've lost another fish. God, never mind. Oh, it's come off. Oh no, it's not. Yeah, a wafter. Yeah, I just changed over to a wafter, and I've got a. Well, it seems a better fish. I'm not sure it is actually. Now I've got it going. Yeah, it is a bit better. Not much better, but it is a bigger fish. Trouble with fishing these sort of places, all your basics are out the window. It's just get fishing how you can. It is slightly bigger fish, well, much better fish. In fact, now I got that straight across on a wafter. Better. Like I showed you before, I'm just fishing as a very small method feeder. It's got a little bit of power gun and just 4-inch hook length. And that was on a wafter. Orange to be precise. And it's only just gone in because some of the stuff's still in the feeder. And I threw it in a slightly different spot, that. Right there. I was messing about with the reeds. I was trying to get a bit of an angle on my rod so I could see the reed. See the bite, sorry. And it banged round. Anyway, that's 3 fish in 2.5 hours, so a bit slow, but I've lost 3 fish. They've just come off. I've had lots of little indications and things seem to be picking up a bit now. I think Terry's probably caught about 7 fish, something like that. 8 he's had. So I've only had the 3, but that was a much, well, slightly better fish. From my experience before, they do tend to get the bigger fish a bit over there. So we'll see. We'll keep trying. I've got one on. So a little fish. Starting getting a few more fish now. There's a bit of a flow appeared. I've gone on a wafter, getting lots of bites. It's not a bad fish. It's not a big fish. Not the big fish we were catching here a few years ago. A proper carp, as you can see. Wafter, barbless hook, straight out. About a pound. Definitely got a lot more bites fishing over there. Virtually at the far side. Using a mould. I'm doing it twice. Not quite where I've been throwing it. I've come off the clip. Would have been able to fish the pole in on this line, virtually no flow, perfect really. Maybe could have even fished it to hand in front of you. But I've not even brought my pole, so I'll stick with the rod, but definitely had lots more bites since I've gone on to the method feeder. Terry's still on the conventional cage feeder. He's just had a goldfish apparently. Anyway, we're getting bites, we're catching fish. It's a fantastic day because the sun's just, well, it's cloudy, so it's not warm at all, it's just lovely. Hopefully we'll catch some more big fish. Persevering on that line. And when I hit this fish I thought it was a really big fish, but not so sure it is. I think it's a bit bigger. Not much. Yeah, a bit bigger. Yeah, not bad. So that's 5 we've had now. Lost about 5. Something straight in front of me. Where I threw. Well, washing up bowl ground bait. Only because I wanted to get rid of it. Thought it was rubbish. But I think the fish have certainly settled on it. And I started holding my rod as well. Which is fraught with danger on here. There's a moment's lapse of concentration, let go of your rod and bang, it's in. I keep getting a lot of daft indications where you have to keep tightening up and stuff like that. So I think it's better to hold it. There's something on it straight away there now. Strange because the current's going that way and the wind's going that way, so your line's being blown that way, and well, the current is still very, there is a current but nothing like it can be on here. It's controlled by a load of like sluices and things like that as they go along, and you can lower it and make it go faster and slow it down and all sorts of things, and they draw water off it as it goes along. Oh, the Spanish going past at the moment. Certainly Terry's catching close in. I'm fishing probably the same line but on the far bank. It's nearly 12 o'clock, so we've done 3 hours, we've had 5 fish, lost a few fish. But not fished it for a long while. It does a bit of a learning curve, but definitely the method feeder has been better, for me anyway, than the cage feeder. Just seems to finding it sort of straight away and getting little indications and stuff. Another one there then. A lot of drop back bites, but I was striking at them earlier on and not connected with anything. Just must be moving the feeder. Well, we got that small, might be better with a bigger feeder. We're definitely finding it. Sun's out now, it's getting warm. Definitely still on it. Well, I thought that would have gone, that's why I let the camera roll. Thought that would have gone. Definitely fish interested in it, but it's not gone. Still little taps on it. And it has gone, so it was worth persevering, and it is a decent fish again. Try and keep the rod low and try and keep it in the middle. If it goes left or right, you're struggling. That's gone a bit to the right. Got it here. A much better fish over there than they were closer in. Just put its bottom lip. Oh, wrong way around. Using a Guru QM1 barbless hook, and that seems to be the normal stamp, doesn't it now? Yeah. Better powering maybe a bit more. Lost me wafter. I'll get that back. No, right across. Where I loved all them balls. They're going bigger. Bottom lip again. Well, I think we've had 7 now, fish. Terry seems to have stopped catching. He's still fishing close in, but I'm fishing that 3/4 across, shall we say. Which is normally full of rubbish and snags and all sorts, but I've touched wood. Not got stuck once yet. There's a decent depth of water over there. As I say, seems to be quite clear. But certainly, fishing the method, the fish seem to be finding it straight away. As soon as it goes in, they're on it. Still on the orange wafter. It's turned out a decent day's fishing. 12:10 now, so just over 3 hours. Something on it again there, back and turning. But you know when you've definitely got one, because it really does. It's just a light feed. I could do with swapping it really to a little bigger one, but probably mean mixing a few more, well, another bowl of ground bait, putting a slightly bigger feeder on. It won't move as much then, but we'll carry on as we are. Moved again though. Just see if I have got a big one. Yeah, with me. Yeah, I've got a big one. Sure, I've got a bigger stem. I'll carry on with that as it is. I've just been trying to fix my rod rest and the clippers, and the rod bang round. Again, not a big fish, but a nice fish. Same spot across. A little bit to my right, that one. Nearly had the duck. Abandoned the bait runner, just got it in this back clip, which I'm on some sort of slope there or something, I'm not quite sure. But it moves very easily, the feeder, that's a certainty. Fish are digging it in. I've tried to dry my mix up a bit, put a few 4mm pellets in it for a bit more swim stim. But I'd sooner have stuff still in it when it comes back than nothing at all. I'm really moving that feeder. Go try a bigger feeder. See, that's 28 gram, that one, much bigger. We'll try that next cast. Got the quick change system on so I can easily change it. Well, I've changed to a bigger feeder. I was sick to death of the feeder moving. I wouldn't be surprised. This fish. Thought it was a terrapin, which you do catch in here. I didn't put up any fight at all, and then it oh, it's come off. Right, right at my feet. That's another one I've lost. So changed to slightly bigger feeder. It's 28 gram. The one I had on before was only 18 grams. So it's a little bit heavier. Same sort of setup. I've been fishing with that one wafter all the time. I've just lost it as I lost the fish. But just fishing an orange wafter using a mould, and I threw that much further than I've been throwing it, right near them reeds actually. But I've not been clipping up. There's no need. I don't think it makes any difference. Just throwing it towards them reeds. That was my optimum spot. Got my rod much closer to the water now because a bit of shit coming down. Which I don't mind. I normally have it very close to the water. But I nearly lost it then actually. But ignoring all the little taps, I was getting annoyed because it was going slack all the time. So just wait until it goes. I don't like, oh see, it's dropped back again there. I don't like having it slack. I just cannot watch a slack tip. I have to have a bit of a bend in it. And you see all these little indications, and I've tried it with me feed a bit softer or a bit harder or a bit drier. It doesn't really matter what I do. Got to make sure, as I said, there's a little bit something stuck in the method feeder. If it all comes out and there is a bit of undertow, then it's gone. So I put a few 4mm pellets in it now. And I'm getting indications every time. But it's just a case of waiting until it absolutely bangs round. So I've abandoned the bait runner, as I say. And we've got a fish. I think it's only a small fish, but it's a fish. Very small fish. Take your time because obviously we're hanging on with that 28 gram feeder. It's like a Carasio actually. Bit darker, but it's okay. Just throwing it in. I'm just going to tighten up and we'll see how long it takes for it to go. It's standing up remarkably easy. 2 minutes past 1 now. I think we've had, I'd have to check, I think we've had 9 fish. Lost 4 or 5 fish. But in the last 2 hours I've had a bite every time I've thrown in. Mainly due to a change throwing further across and fishing wafters, I think. Did have a couple of bites on the bread across, but definitely the wafter has been the best. It's bright orange and the water's a bit shitty and whatever, and There's a bit of visibility and a bit of smell as well, so I persevered. In fact I've caught six fish I think on the same wafter. But they have been going on it straight away. Not had any indications on that one, which is typical, but it's been a lovely day weather-wise. Perfect for fishing. And I think next time I do come here, it's going to be a long time before I come here again. I'll definitely bring the pole, because I think we were caught on the pole. Especially really close in, maybe 6 or 7 or 8 metres I suppose. We'd have caught on the pole. But it seems like forever since I fished the rod, and I'm going to El Bosque all the time. It is opening up now. As from Monday we can go into Murcia, well we can go anywhere in Spain basically. Still bits of curfews in different places and bars and stuff, but next week I think we'll stay local. I think the week after we'll be on the Segura, and then the week after that we're going up to Argos. So things are looking up with the COVID thing. Said that, not is that a bite on there now? But yeah, and obviously summer's here, so we've got to start catching much more fish anyway. So I'll just switch the camera off. Just got a butty out. And it's gone round. Small fish again. You couldn't fish maggot, you just caught bleak.